everyone. Welcome back to RTS and welcome back to another organizing video. Yes, we are going to RTS, which means rearrange the stuff. And today is stickers. Yes, now I have three categories coming up: stickers, die cuts, and chipboard, specifically how I do them in binders. And I think what I'm going to do is divvy them up into individual videos because not everybody wants to see all three categories, and the video will get long because I talk. Yes, so let's just get started. I'm going to roll up my sleeves here. Yes, because we have some stuff to talk about. Of all the things, this has been the video that has been asked for over and over and over again, because in my start to finish videos, my process videos, I have showed my sticker binders, chipboard binders, die cut binders. It's all in one binder. And a lot of people have asked about that because it is a huge time saver. I mean, I love them. You couldn't pay me enough money for my binders. I call them my color binders, okay? And so this may get a little long because it'll explain why I had to go to this system. And just earlier today or yesterday, we are talking about stickers and chipboard in our Summer Space Shape Up. And you can go hit that playlist for that. And we have other organizing videos too. If you want to look at the playlist called Rearrange the Stuff, there's other organizing videos in there. Now, I first want to say right off the bat that this system will not be for everybody, and that's okay. It may just spark an idea for something that may work in your space. So just let that be what it will be, okay? Not everything works for everybody, okay? And sometimes I will tell you, let's just get very informal for a minute. Sometimes I get irritated when people give thumbs down for when people show something and it doesn't work for them. Well, no one said it was going to. Okay, you have to keep an open mind. What works for some will not work for others. Okay, that's not just scrapbooking, it's everything. Okay, because we all have different spaces, we all have different inventory levels, and we all have different styles. So there is no way everything's going to work for everybody. Okay, now I've been scrapbooking a long time, 23 years this month. So I needed to find a better way for me to use my stickers because I found myself not using my stickers, and if I did, this is what happened. I was pulling out so many different packages to get the stickers I wanted for my style of scrapbooking, and it drove me bananas. Yes, and then I would have to put all this stuff away, okay? And we had talked about that in yesterday's video in our Summer Space Shape Up, that organizing stickers and chipboard, and I'm just going to give you one piece of advice right now, there is no way to do it. No, there isn't. There is not a perfect container or a perfect system or a perfect way. No, you have to know your style, and then you have to decide how you want to store them. That is the only way you're going to successfully organize your stickers, die cuts, and chipboard. There is no perfect. So just stop looking, stop searching. There is no. And what works now may not work next year, and that's okay. Okay, but I did find a system for me that has worked, but again, I know my style. I've been scrapbooking a long time. So the quickest way is just put them in a bin or a basket and call it good. Just keep them out of the sun, out of the dust, you're good. Okay, that's the simplest way. Okay, now for me, what happened was, I scrap, and I scrap primarily by color. And so, but I wanted, when I do my scrapbooking, I don't want to put a watermelon on a ski page. Okay, unless I'm eating watermelon going down the slopes. You know what I mean? I want, when I scrapbook, it's mood and feel. So if I'm scrapbooking, and I should have pulled a layout. Or maybe I have one here. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. I want the appropriate sentiments and the appropriate mood and feel when I do my scrapbooking, and so that's what I ran into. Okay. Now, if you're someone who just scraps by manufacturer, organize your stickers that way. If you scrap by collection, organize your stickers that way. But then there's a group of us, the oddballs. And I say that lovingly because I'm one of those. I want a little bit of it all, okay? But primarily, I scrapbook by color, and I knew one day when I was fighting with myself and things on the floor, and I was having to put away 6 packages every time I wanted to do one layout, I knew I had to come up with a system, okay? So what happened, and this has been several years in the making, okay? And I will tell you why. This is one thing that irritated me. Irritated, is that the right word? No, bothered me, okay? Because I love these 12 by 12 sticker sheets. And I have something coming up soon about these sticker sheets, so hit the notification bell. Fun stuff. Okay, so this was something that, you know, kind of bothered me a little bit because I would have these. Okay, now this is a Simple Stories Good Day Sunshine, so a lot of us would put this in summer, in our summer category. No problem with that. The problem is I don't scrapbook summer all the time, and there's so many of this that is appropriate for more than summer pages, and that's what I ran into. And then if I wanted something by color, well, I'm not going to go through 8 different paper categories or 8 different collections or 8 different manufacturers to find the sticker I wanted. I wanted to keep increasing my productivity as I go along this journey. And I think a lot of you are finding the same thing. That's what it's all about. We wanted to create more pages and record the story more often. So when I thought, okay, well, what am I going to do is I'm going to cut this up. And this is exactly what I do with my 12 by 12s. After I'm done, you know, once they're not new to me anymore, I will cut this up, and this will go my brown alphas, red, yellow, and my turquoise alphas. Okay, so then I'm left with this. Well, you know what? I separate them by color. And that's how I tackled these kind of sticker sheets after I was done playing with the collection. Okay, now if this had just came into my inventory this week, I would leave it as it is, leave it with the collection, leave it with the manufacturer until I'm done playing with it. Okay, but I've been scrapbooking a long time, so I can't just leave these all like this because there was so much on here that I was not getting my money's worth by leaving them as a 12 by 12, if that makes sense. Okay, now something like this, I will simply leave this like this because it would go in, what would this would go my summer nautical, and this will stay this because that's what it is. This is themed. This is not so themed. I mean, it's summer, but you can use it. So when you're looking at stickers and you don't know, am I, you know, going to put it by color, not going to by color, it's your decision. There is no right or wrong way. Along something like this, you could honestly just leave this in summer, or you could divvy it up. Okay, now if you have more than one something, keep one in your theme and one go by color. Okay, and I will tell you right now, this system that I'm going to show how I do, and that people have asked me to see, is by color. Okay, pure and simple, by color. That's all it is. Okay, and so so someone would say, well, how come you have some of these and you have some of these and you have some of these? Why isn't every sticker you have by color? Because that's not what I want them. I don't want all of my stickers by color. I don't want them all by manufacturer. I want them all by collection, because that's not how I scrap. I do challenges. I do crops. I travel, and I want fast pages. I do seasonal pages. I do it all. I mean, I got my toe in every little pond there is when it comes to scrapbooking, because for me, that keeps it exciting for me. So I don't want every sticker I own organized by color. That's just my preference. Everybody is different. There is no right or wrong answer. Okay, but I will tell you, for these little babies, the best thing you can do is put them on a jump ring, however you organize, or however you scrap. Some by manufacturer, some by collection, some by color, some by theme. That is an easy way to do. Now, I will say one thing when it comes to some other stickers. Now, what I'm going to show is flat stickers. So then the next question I will get, I'm just gonna, oh Lord, they went on the floor. Okay, is puffy stickers. What do I do with puffy stickers? Puffy stickers I do not take out of the packaging, because the puffiness doesn't, why? I just leave, I don't have a ton of puffy stickers, but to me it's kind of like, what do I want? I'll show these maybe. Again, this is going to be very informal. Don't know how long it's going to be. Okay, it's kind of like these puffy hearts by Bella Boulevard. I just leave them on a jump ring because that's how I use them. I'm not separating them out. So I consider puffy stickers an embellishment. Does that make sense? I don't consider them stickers. I consider them embellishments. And so then these type of stickers go in a bin or a basket, a pretty decorative little metal tin I have. It's quite big, and I just stick those in there, okay? Because that's just how I want them. I don't want them by color. I just want my puffies as puffies. But again, this is an embellishment for me. This is not a sticker, and everybody has a different approach for that. There's no right or wrong way, okay? So what I'm going to be talking about today is flat stickers. Now, this all came because I was scrapbooking. Oh, and I wanted to say one other thing. There are some stickers that if you want to always keep a certain way, keep them that way. For me, it's my October afternoon. I will always keep all my October afternoons, whether they are labels or words, however they are, they will always stay together because this is just what I want together. This is when I think October afternoon, I just go grab this stack and I don't separate them out. I mean, now once I start to get down to just a couple, I may put them into another color category. But if there's a group you have, say for you it's crepe paper. If you want to just keep all your crepe paper together but separate everything else you have, that's perfectly fine. There is no wrong way to do it. It's a personal thing, okay? For me, my October afternoons will not be divvied up by any way. They will just be together, okay? I'm keeping the family together because they're no longer. Yes, okay. So how this all happened was, I was scrapbooking and I wanted to increase my productivity, and I got tired of reaching for 16 stickers to do one page. So what happened was I got this idea, and I am not taking credit for this. I'm sure I don't take credit for anything. I'll tell you why. I've been scrapbooking a long time. My ideas came from someone else somewhere down the road, right? I mean, that's what ideas are. So something had sparked me about making little books, okay? And so, and plus for me, I travel, and so I want to scrapbook when I travel. And it's not that I travel all the time, but it's often, okay? It's enough that I need to think about that component when I'm, organizing and things like that. So I thought, wouldn't it be nice if I had, because I have too many stickers to have at my desk. I'm just going to be honest. I have too many stickers. I don't have a huge inventory, but I don't have a small inventory. And stickers, and I said this in yesterday or the earlier video of week 10 of our Summer Space Shape Up, is that stickers is something I bought in day one of my scrapbooking journey, and 23 years later, I still use stickers. And that's why it's a huge category, because we started out with stickers, we continue to use stickers, and we'll always buy stickers. So that's why it's a big category, will always be a big category, and they come in so many different sizes. So for me, what happened was I noticed that I was needing stickers for cluster bases or finishing touches. And so I thought, I got tired of running, getting up and down, going to this drawer to find this and going to that collection to find this. So I thought, I need to create some little sticker books that was by color. And so this is what happened. I got 4 sticker books. Now, when I was a child, I never knew anything about sticker books, okay? And so someone one day had enlightened me what sticker books really were. And they are just blank, and I don't have any blank sheets in here. They're just blank, and they come with like a coded background. I don't have any that's open, so I can't show you. But they come with a coded background, okay? And so then apparently kids would have stickers, and then you would put them in these sticker books, and then I guess you would trade them with each other, or you would just collect them. I don't know if these sheets, these background sheets, was something you could use as a transfer back and forth. Maybe stickers were made of different property than they are now. I don't know, but I guess maybe these sticker books, which you can still buy these in the kids sections, is that kids either collected stickers or maybe they even used them to trade. I don't know that. But I will tell you, when I first started this, that was my concept. I was going to put these stickers in this. Let me go back to that yellow where that was popped up. Again, I don't know how long this video will be, and I'm not going to sit here and try to rush it because I already talk fast enough. Okay, let me see if I can pull this up. Okay. In this, it's a slick surface. So when I first started this, I took one sheet and I put it on this, this background, transfer sheet, however you want to call it. And I wanted to see if these stickers would pull up on this sticker book. No, it didn't. So I thought, well, then what's the heck is the sense of a sticker book if you put a sticker in and don't come back out? And I thought, well, maybe that's what they were designed for. Maybe this is just a way to store your collected sticker collection and you never did anything with them. I don't know. I didn't partake in this when I was a child, okay? Well, it says a collector's album, so maybe that's what it is. You would put stickers in there and you never used any, you just collected them. Okay. Nowadays, that would be considered hoarding, right? Oh, yeah. I don't even want to go there. But, okay. So then I tried, just one sheet. Well, I couldn't get the stickers off of that, so I thought, well, now what am I going to do? Well, I already knew in scrapbooking, you know, the best thing ever, if you want to put a sticker on and use it again, is to put it on wax paper. So that is exactly what I did. I cut wax paper, and I used Reynolds. And I will tell you, some people have said that they used like a dollar store brand and it didn't work for them. I'm not going to tell you it will or it won't, because I don't know. I've only ever used Reynolds. That's all my mom ever used, and that's all I ever used. And, you know, you can find it in stores. And it's not very expensive. But some people have said they have tried this, and they used the cheaper wax paper, and they didn't think it worked. I don't know. You just experiment with that, okay? So what I did with these little things, and again, this isn't my binders. This is just how it all started. And I still, to this day, am using these. I mean, honestly, okay? So you see I have 4 different, and I'll talk about that in just a minute. So what I did was I cut down wax paper, and I used this Tombow mono glue. And this is the only thing I would recommend, because it gives you some wiggle room. And it stays on there. You can see if I try to pull these up, I mean, if I forced it, it would come, but it's good. I've had these for years, okay? And so then I have 4 of them, and so if you see, I put washi here, and this separates. Let me put it in rainbow, because, you know, that's how my brain works, okay? So right here is I have multi, and then white, and then ivory, pink, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, turquoise blue, purple, brown, gray, and black. And that is my little... This is my mini sticker binder collection. These aren't binders. These are just sticker books, okay? So I have these right to the right of me in a drawer, and these are what I pull out if I'm doing a fast page and I just need a little finishing touch, and I will always keep these. Now, you would say, well, if you're using them for years, they look pretty full. Yes, because what I'll do every so often is that if I am finishing up a project, like, for example, I have a couple, excuse my hand right there. I have a couple right here that I was finishing a layout, and so let's see if I would have room, because I recently just loaded these back up. Okay, so there was 2 leftovers from 2 layouts, and this is what I do. I'll just pull these out, see where I can put them, or if I have a few stragglers on a sticker sheet, I will pull them off and stick them in here. I don't even know if I'm going to have room for that, because like I said, I've just loaded these up because I have been doing some traveling, and I take these with me. I don't take my binders. I take these. I probably could move something, but I don't want to waste any time here. But I'll just show you how they pull off. Okay? They pull off. Now, each manufacturer has a different type of sticker. So some will rip off, some will peel more easily than others, but I have not had a single sticker not come off the wax paper. No, it may pull up a little bit of something, no big deal. No, because I'm telling you right now, most things you're going to have to use extra adhesive on anyways. Okay? Now see, that one it's not as sticky as it was, so you might have to put a little adhesive on that. But that is not usually the case. No, a lot of these I just pull off. That's as sticky as the day I put it down. Okay? And so then I'll go to my yellow, and that's why I had this washi here. And of course, washi pulls up, so over the washi, I had to put some packaging tape. Okay. Now, as I'm finding yellow, let me say something right off the bat. If this is not something you're sure about, don't go hog wild and do it. Because there have been people who said they tried it and they didn't like it, and that's okay. This is not for everybody. If you don't scrapbook by color, don't even pay attention to this. It's not something you want to do. No, because it's very time consuming. Okay, so if I was finishing a layout, and let me see if I could find something. I don't know. Like I said, this is going to be very informal, maybe very long. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all. I'm trying to find something. That's the downfall when you have things organized. Oh, okay. Say, for example, there was only a couple on here, and I was done with it. I would simply pick out a couple of these, or pick what was left over, and I would just go to my turquoise section, Look how easy that is. And I would stick them on there. So not only does this house stickers for me, it gives me a landing place for when I'm finishing up and I have leftovers or stickers that did not make the cut. And I just put them in these little sticker. They don't have to go back on the transfer sheets they came on. Okay. So again, rainbow color system. I have them on wax paper. And they just go in there as quick as anything. Now, I've had these for years. I will keep using these for years. And when they get empty, I just fill them back up. But, so I have some space there. So I could add some more. Okay. Now, on these, you see these little ones. What I did was, well, let's just go through the colors. How about that? Again, go pause. Get yourself something to drink. Because little Miss Janet here would just talk and talk and talk. Okay, so the first one I have here is multi. Now, I will tell you, some organizers say you shouldn't have a multicolor because that's considered a miscellaneous. No, multi to me is multi. I just do not know where I want to put this. And I'm not going to spend 85 hours trying to figure out where to put something. Stick it in multi and call it good. Now, I will tell you, this is one color category that I can't use a lot. And I have trouble using, and I have to challenge myself to use because I use so much color in everything else. This introduces too much color right for me right off the bat. But I like to have them, and I'm not getting rid of them. No. So this is all multicolor. Okay. Again, here's some bigger stickers. That's October afternoon, and I just put them in multicolor. And so then I just go right in. There's my white. I even have a couple in there. This is not something Pinterest worthy. This is functional. This is productivity. Yes. I think there should be a slogan, Pinterest versus productivity, because it's two different things. What you see on Pinterest is not in real life. No. Okay. So there's white. And so I have some space here. So this is what I wanted to show. Oh, there's some space. So right here it is. This is just wax paper using this mono placed right on top of that. Okay. And see, this has been done a long time ago. That's secure. Okay, and again, these are little sticker books. Okay, and then there's my ivory section. Now, in my rainbow system, there are sometimes I have ivory and sometimes I just put it with white because it depends on how much I have. Now, these little ones here, you can take them off of this sheet and put them on here individually. I was in a hurry, so I just cut those down and I just adhered that with that mono and just stuck it right on there. That whole, I just cut it apart from the sticker sheet. And then, of course, go right into pink. Okay, and then I put coral in the back of pink. I just have one sheet here for coral. Okay, and then here's my red, orange, and my yellow. Again, the same thing. I just have it loaded up. Okay, now we'll tell you, if this is something you want to try, perhaps get one of these little couple dollar sticker books, put in some wax paper, and I'm going to go over about the cutting of wax paper and all that stuff. Okay. And just find out what your measurements are. Cut it down a little smaller than your sheet. Use some Tombow of this blue and put it on there. And just simply fill it up with stickers. You maybe just want to just have a sticker book just full of all kinds of stickers. You know, maybe you have some sheets that you just have a few stragglers. Just maybe if you want to start out doing this, take those stragglers, just put them in any color. They don't have to be by rainbow. They don't have to be by color. You might want to just fill this whole thing up with stickers. That's a nice little book to have to use for finishing touches on pages. Again, orange and then yellow. And then what do we have? Green, turquoise, blue. Again, it's all the same thing. Okay. There is a lot of stickers in here. Okay. Again, I've been scrapbooking a long time, so I do have a lot of this type of thing. Okay. Blue. Okay, and I will tell you, I did separate it by washi. It kept pulling up, and so I had to put clear packaging tape to keep those on there. Okay, like I said, it's not the prettiest thing. Oh, how much were these? $1.89. Okay, now that was a few years ago. Okay, several years ago. Now my purple, look at my lonely little purple. And there's a front and a back, and it's not even completely full. We just don't have a lot of purple, so don't leave a lot of room for a color you don't use. Okay, then I have my brown. Again, I just took that whole sheet, put it on there. Okay, and then there's my gray. Okay, and I put silver in with gray. I don't know if you can see some silver. Yes, I have silver in with gray, and then there's my black, and then at the end is gold, because for me, gold is at the end of my rainbow. Okay, and I'll have a list below of my rainbow if you want to know, if you want to see that. Okay, so this is what started the whole thing. And so I started with this years ago, And I'm still using it today, and I love it, but I needed something a little bit more. Okay, so this was my trial run, and my trial run's still working. Okay, so if you're just starting out, maybe you just want to use a little something of this small nature. Okay, doesn't have to be by color. You can just fill it up with stickers and just have one and play with it for, you know, several months, up to a year, and see if it's working for you, because it is time consuming. When I show my binders, it's time consuming to get them set up. Okay, so that is how it all started. So once this worked for me, and I knew it worked for me, and I loved it, I thought, how can I take this to the next level? Because that's where my brain goes. Once I like something, I'm trying to fine tune it. So then what I decided to do was, I'm going to put these over here. And if you have any questions about those, please just put it in the comment section below. Now, I will say, I've only ever used Tombow Mono. It's called Tombow Mono Liquid Glue Aqua. Yes, I don't understand that, but it's the blue. You can get it at Michael's, Hobby Lobby, that type of thing. It's very inexpensive. This is the only ever glue. I started with that, and it works for me. And I'll show you why, because we're actually going to build a couple pages. Okay, so what do I want to show first? Okay, so I will show you an actual sticker binder. Okay, now I should say color binder. I'm sorry, because in my color binder, and this is my pink one, I have stickers, die cuts, and chipboard, and I will do a separate video for each one, because not everybody wants to know about each thing. Okay, because not everybody wants to put them in one binder. Okay, but this is what I call color binders. Okay, now this is coming from someone. I have to get a drink, I'm sorry. This is coming from someone who scrapbooked a long time. I know my style. I know what I like. Do I have every sticker done this way? No, and I wouldn't, because I don't have the space for 10 million binders. Now, this binder is 2-inch. I would not recommend going more than a 2-inch binder, because I have. I've went up to 3-inch binders. They're too heavy. They're too cumbersome. Don't even try it. Unless you have a huge room with a huge counter space, then yes, go with whatever you can. But they were very hard for me to get off the shelves, and I'm getting older. I can't lift things like I used to. Okay, now if you don't have a category for pink is my color group that I have the most of, that and turquoise. So, but you'll see, I'm going to show my white one, and it's a 1.5-inch binder because I don't have as much. Okay, so you don't have to use 2-inch on everything. Okay, and again, I have my colors listed below, but I'll tell you right now what they are. I have white and ivory together, and then I have pink, red, orange, yellow, green, turquoise, blue, brown, and then I have purple and gray / silver together, and then I have black and gold together, and then I have multi. Okay, and I will list that below. But for my color binders, that's what I have, because that's according to my inventory. Okay, so what do I have in my color binders? Oh, this is fun. Like I said in the other video, I think it was the summer space shape up video. I said you couldn't pay me amount of money for these color binders, because I have so much time invested in them, and I use them. That was the whole purpose of me creating this binder, these color binders, because I wanted to use my stickers more and faster, and this solved my problem. Okay, and I will tell you, once you get rid of packaging, you can really make room for other things in your space once you get rid of packaging. Okay, now don't expect, okay, now with my color binders, let me see, how many did I just say I have? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have 12 color binders. Okay, did those 12 color binders take me a week? No. Month? No. It took me a few months to finalize these color binders, and I still add things to them every so often, so we'll go through that. But this is not something you do in an afternoon. This is a continual process. This is something you do when you want to scrap, but you don't want to actually do a layout. This is what you do. You have the movie on, you want to spend some time with the family. Get your kids involved, you know, if you want to. I don't know. Sometimes kids and stickers don't work, but you know what I'm saying. Okay, so again, what do I have? Okay, so I'm just going to show you what my color binder is, and then we'll just talk about stickers. The next video will be about chipboard and then die cuts, or vice versa. So this is just all, let me stop here. This is stickers. This is all stickers right here. Pink, lovely, stickers. You know what I call this? This is like a vending machine for me. Yes. This is like a vending machine. I wish everything in my scrap space was a vending machine. Just go hit the button, bing, bang, boom, there it is. But this is my vending machine. When I want a pink sticker, I just leaf through it. There it is, okay? Now, when I first started, I tried to put my light pink together, and then I tried to put my dark pink together. But I really don't worry about that now because, you know, how hard is it to flip through? Okay, honestly. And there was a collection, sweet girl. I just took that off the sticker sheet and put it in there. Absolutely. I love this. Okay, now I'm going to put a video link below that I found something in, I was doing a start to finish, and I found an unusual chipboard. And it was because of my color binders, and I'll link it below. It was a funny little story about how I found something. And I'll tell you why I like this. Because first of all, and I just want to get my stickers here. Okay. That's a lot of stickers. First in and of itself, okay? But this is all pink, okay? So first of all, what this does, it puts a lot of your inventory in one place. Easy access, you can use it. But then you see what you have. Oh, wow. Yeah, slap me silly. When you have a lot of your stuff in one place and then you really see what you have, then you realize how much you don't need. Yeah, okay. I have plenty of pink stickers. So when I go shopping now for different things, of course I'm in a spending freeze this year, but I have to tell myself, you have binders full of stickers, die cuts, and chipboard. Do you really need anything else? Okay, so that's what I'm saying. This is another thing. Okay, now these are all pink, and like I said, when I first started, there was light pink and then dark pink, but you know, really, it's right now where I have room. And then every so often, I have to add a sheet because I'm running out of room, okay? And we'll talk about how I do that in just a minute. So at the end of my pink, guess what I have? Valentine's, okay? Because when I think of Valentine's, I don't always think of red. These were more pink. I just stuck them. I kept them kind of together, okay? Instead of having these Valentines all throughout here, if I had, a set, if it came off a certain sheet, I kind of kept them together. It's no big deal if you do. If you don't, Valentine's Day, you can use on a lot of stuff, okay? So then my next group is die cuts. That'll be another video. And then my next group is chipboard. That'll be another video because not everybody wants to see all that. So let's just go right to stickers, okay? So that would be pink. And I'm not going to show every color. I just want to show a couple different to talk about a couple. Now this is my white and my ivory, and I only have white on here because I know ivory's in there. Okay, I just know that. So if you see, there's my white. What do I have? I only have two sheets. Okay, and then I go into my die cuts and my chipboard, and then I go into my ivory. Okay, again, what do I have? 2 sheets, 3 sheets, whatever. And so that's why I combined a couple. If you don't have a lot, but then I have room to grow. Okay, and I say that with anything when you're organizing, you have to have room to grow because it's unrealistic to think you're never going to buy anything ever again. It's just unrealistic. Now, I wanted to show, black. I did black and gold together. I think I showed that. So there's black, 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 and then at the end there I have gold elements. Okay, so that's what I wanted to show. You can combine colors if you want to do the binder system, but you don't have enough. You can certainly combine. Every color does not have to be in a separate binder. That's what I was trying to say. Lord, that took me forever. Sorry. Okay, now I wanted to show my multi because yeah, multi throws me for a loop. I just embrace it. Okay, so this is the stickers, and you can tell, look how much I have. Oh my gosh, but there's more than just multi in this. I want to show you something else. Okay, so this is my multi stickers, or if there is a certain collection I know I want to keep together because I'll use it together. So there's multi. Okay, here's Simple Stories. You can see, if you look at this, this was a collection, but it's multi-collection. Okay, a multi-collection. Okay, so that's what I put in the multi because I really don't want to break it up. Because, sometimes when you want to do a fast page, you want all the collection together. Or sometimes when I see this, and this is summer, and this was travel. Sometimes when I see this, then it reminds me, I have that collection. Okay, that's just how I do it. You don't have to do it that way. This is just my multi section. Okay, and then of course that's multi. Could I have put that in blue or green? Yes, I didn't know, so I stuck it in multi. Okay, multi. You see I have the most of that. And then I go into die cuts, and then I go into chipboard. Okay, so what I wanted to say is you don't have to go by color. You can go by collection and do a sticker sheet just like that. You see I have it both. I have it all going on. Okay, because I scrapbook that way. I don't just have one way of scrapbooking. So you can simply, if you're like, I like this system, but I'm not really yet, I don't want to dip my toe over to just organizing by color. You can do it by collection and do it in the same manner if you think this would help you. Okay, so I think that was all I wanted to show as far as that. So what else do I have here? So let me pick out turquoise. Okay, again, there's my turquoise stickers, and I will tell you, you're going to find we have a lot of turquoise. Yes. Now, when I first started this, you see I have a lot of these word stickers in the front. These are small stickers. So in the beginning, I tried to keep one sheet in the front, you know, this one whole solid sheet. Because this is something I use a lot. I wanted to keep this just for my small word stickers, but you can see they're intermingled all throughout. Okay, but in the beginning I did try to keep one sticker, you know, one sheet reserved just for these little ones. Okay, and I know in each color category I can just go to the front sheet if I want a bunch of little ones. Again, and then also to see, I had a bunch of those I was tearing down, and so I just put them there. Yes, absolutely. Love having my stickers this way. Okay, and you'll see me pull these out quite a bit. Okay, and stickers, and then of course then I have die cuts. Now I wanted to say, in the turquoise color family, manufacturers have a different interpretation of what they call turquoise. So you can, like, there's some of my jadeite green, there's some of my teal, and then there's some of the other turquoise. You can do it that way if you want. I wouldn't stress over that, but if you know you want your jadeite green together, just do one front and back and keep that for jadeite. If you want to do one just for your teal, I was trying to see if I had another one here. See how I tried to, in the beginning, I tried to keep those a little bit more separate, the dark. It doesn't always work out that way because, you know, when you're tearing things down, you just, wherever you have room. Okay, turquoise. See, again, I tried to keep those darker ones together. Doesn't always work that way. Okay, so what I wanted to do is, I don't know if I have any empty sheets. I thought I did. But what we're going to do is we're actually going to make one of these sheets because I've had questions as how I do them, and then go from the beginning to the end. This video may be long, but we will go and have fun. So what we're going to do, and I was trying to think if I had some stickers that I actually, yeah, why not? Okay, so I have some stickers here. And so say if I didn't want these jelly beans on a jump ring anymore, and I wanted to divvy them up. Well, so then what I did, now these are kind of full, so I'd probably leave as is for a while, but just for our purposes, let's say there were, you know, I was only had a few stragglers left. So what I would do is I simply would just pull them off, and I would just find room. And I don't stress over it because you're going to see them one way or another. And I simply just put them on that wax paper. I mean, do you see how quick and fast that is? Once these are already established. Once you've already done the work of making some. Okay? And I'll take off these other two. And I will stick them on here. And that's what I do to load up my pages. When I have some stragglers left and I want to get rid of this, and they're on here. Okay, so let's make the pages. Okay, so all of this is just cardstock. Okay, not copy paper, cardstock. Okay, white cardstock. And I would say use white because that will be less strain on your eyes. And don't do this in multicolors or leftover cardstock. It will be a strain on your eye, and it will also be hard for you to see if you're going by color. If you're going by collection, you should be okay, but if you're going by color, use white cardstock. That'll be less strain, and it'll be easier for you to see your color, if that makes sense, okay? If you use colored cardstock or just leftover cardstock, I know that's a good way to use leftover, but not for something when you're separate organizing by color. It's too distracting. That's what I wanted to say. Okay, so let me move this for a minute. We'll come back to that. And again, if you have any questions, just list below. So what you're going to do is you're going to use 8.5 by 11. And you wouldn't want any bigger, because anything bigger than 8.5 by 11 in a binder form is too cumbersome. And so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to hole punch. And you say, well, why do you need to do that? Because I made the mistake when I first started, is that I put my wax paper on first and then I hole punched them, and then I'm like, oh, well, that's not going to work. No, you need to hole punch your 8.5 by 11 cardstock first, then put your wax paper on, because you want your wax paper not covering up these holes, which you would think I would have thought that, but I didn't. Okay, so learn by my mistakes. And so I suggest when you do this, you do it in batch, meaning you hole punch a bunch, and then you cut your wax paper, you know, in batches, and then you adhere it in batches. Does that make sense? Okay, so I know I had one here. I think it was in my white. This is what we're going to create, which is simply just a piece of white cardstock, 8.5 by 11, hole punched with a piece of wax paper adhered to it. So you're creating your own sticker book, is what you're doing. You're taking this system and you're making your own. The beauty is that when you go to pick off a sticker, there's your sticker, okay? And you can just put it back on. Okay, now is it as sticky as when you took it off the sheet? Not every sticker is going to be as sticky. Every manufacturer is different. Now look, that adhered just fine, no problem whatsoever. Okay, and sometimes when your stickers get older, the release paper on the back, you know, you have a little bit of problems with them. But as far as getting stickers off my wax paper, I have never had a single problem. Now, with that being said, I have had some people tell me it didn't work for them for whatever reason. It might have been the sticker, it might have been the wax paper. I don't know. Try it out for yourself. And don't go full bore and do everything that way, because you may not like it, okay? Now, I know I like organizing by color. I tried it out with those smaller sticker books. I tried it out with a few sheets at first. Then I went to those small ones, and then I went to this, okay? But I've been doing it for years, no problem whatsoever, okay? So those are the stickers. And so, again, I just went on a bunny trail. Sorry. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to cut wax paper. You say, well, what's the big deal about cutting wax paper? There is a trick to it. Yes. Okay. So what we're simply going to do is we're going to cut wax paper in the size to fit this 8.5 by 11. But at the same time, we're going to optimize the dimension that's already of wax paper. Okay. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. Okay. Because you don't want to waste any. I mean, you're going to have some waste, but not enough. And so what you're going to do is you're going to cut this a little under 8 by 10 3/4. And why do I say a little bit under 8? Because you have to accommodate for those holes. Okay. And then we're going to adhere that. Okay. So I'm just going to cut a couple, and then we're going to adhere. Now, again, if you knew this is what you want to do, hole punch a bunch at a time, cut your wax paper at a time, and then adhere. Okay, so you're going to take your wax paper out of the box. And again, I do recommend this Reynolds. Okay, I'm not saying it's the most premier, but I have used it from the get-go. I used it in those sticker books. I've only ever bought this kind all my life. So I've used it in those sticker books, and I have used it here, and I have not had a bit of problem. No. These two things. Just remember blue. The Blue Aqua and the Reynolds box. Yes. I have never had a problem with either one of those. No. In fact, where's Reynolds wrap made? Because I have to know these things, because I'm funny like that. I like to know. Okay? Richmond, Virginia. Well, there you go. But the Reynolds Consumer Products is in Illinois. I love knowing those things. Packaged in the USA. Come to mama. Okay. So what you're going to do, okay, so you have a roll. You know, it's 2 dimensions. You're going to have your width and you're going to have your length. So what you're going to do is you're going to take it out of the box and you're going to feed it underneath your trimmer tray. Now, this is the trimmer I use. You may have something different, but you want to take your roll out of the box, because you're going to cut as you go. If you just ripped off a piece and then measured it, you're going to have too much waste. Okay? We're not going to do that. No. Like I said, I've been doing this for years. I have a few tricks. Some things I've learned along the way, because I've made mistakes along the way. Okay. So yes, we are going back to the childhood days and making our own sticker books. Okay? Yes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to feed this through. Sorry if that's a little crinkling. Okay, and so you see how I have that. It's kind of like when they're using wrapping paper. Okay, so I'm going to come over here and let this wax paper roll actually rest up against your trimmer because you'll have a better cut. Yes, so all I'm doing is just sliding that wax paper, and if you can see, I'm just under, I'm between 7 3/4 and an 8, and I'm just going to cut that. And then what I would do is I would keep doing that. Okay, keep doing that, because the more you do it this way, the faster you get. And then it just, you know, productivity. I'm all about productivity. Yes. Okay. For some of you, you may not know this, but I used to own a dry cleaning plant. And I was taught in my very early days of my dry cleaning plant ownership days to teach my employees the less steps you take, the more success you have. Yes. So the less time that you have to move your paper and your blade and your trimmer, you're going to make faster cuts. And that's all I would do. And how many would I do? Whatever. You can do 12, you can do 20, you can do 50. It's up to you. Okay? So then you're done with that. And then you see how I kept those all in the same size. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just come over here, and then I'm going to cut those lengthwise. Okay, right there's under my 8-inch cut. I'm going to cut this alongside at 10 3/4. And I would just continue to do that. And that's how much waste you have. I mean, that's just the way it has to be. No big deal. No fuss. No muss. Wax paper is inexpensive. And I will tell you, you'll use more than you think. So buy 2 boxes. Okay? Now, my hobby shop's at Sam's, so we have everything in bulk. Yeah. Yes, yes. Okay? So the reason I'm showing all of this is because I got asked. If this is no interest of you, if you think this is not something you would want to do with your stickers, that's okay. You don't have to watch. Don't ruin it for those who want to do it. Yes. There's a little bit of a mentality going around YouTube right now. Some people are poo-pooing on the party. Yeah. If you don't like what we do, then don't watch. Go do something else. But we love to craft. We love to scrap. It's our thing. We're not bothering anybody, are we? No. Leave us alone. Let us craft. Let us scrapbook. Can I get an amen? Okay, we're not hurting anybody. We're adding to people's lives. Okay, so those are my papers. A little bit under 8. And then 10 3/4. Okay, so I'm going to stop here so this video doesn't get too long and I get cut off, but I'll be coming right back and we're going to adhere these. Okay, hang on. Okay, we are back talking about sticker color binders. Yes, color binders, making sticker books. So then what we simply were going to do after we have our 8.5 by 11 cardstock, not copy paper, we have it hole punched, we have our wax paper, and again, I recommend fully, I recommend Reynolds wrap paper, and then I use this Tombow. I have used that from the get-go and have had success. Yes. Okay. Now, there was something I wanted to say. Someone else had asked me a question. And I don't remember what it was. But if you have any questions, you know. So what you can do is you can simply put it on this wax paper. And I'm taking just the pen tip of this. And you want to go not clear to the corner, and then you just kind of go like this. Yeah, messy, messy. Flip that over, and it does not be exact science. I start down here in the corner, and I just go up. That's how easy it truly is. You just saw how many seconds that took. Okay, now, just make sure you don't go over the edge. If you do, just trim with a piece of scissors, but you don't cover up your holes, which is a mistake I made in the beginning. Don't cover up your holes. And then you're going to flip it over. Do you see why I recommend to have everything done in batches? You do the cardstock, hole punch first, then you cut your wax paper. Because if you had to hole punch, go cut a piece of wax paper, and then do this, no, that's too much. No, that's not a very good use of your time. So I just go in the perimeter and I just do swirlies. Yes, flip it over and I start in the corner and I work my way up again. And I'll tell you why. I just got glue over my finger. Why I like this Tombow Aqua. I'm telling you, they need to have me as a spokesperson because I love this because it gives you a little bit of wiggle room. Okay? Now, I will tell you, when you cut this wax paper, you're going to sometimes it's going to go on a little crooked because your wax paper is crooked. Do not be concerned. This is not Pinterest worthy. This is productivity. It doesn't matter if it doesn't meet up. This is not beautiful. Good enough. Okay, you see how that's not even? It doesn't matter. Now, this is going to be a little bit wet because this is a liquid. This is a wet adhesive. So what you're going to do, let that dry overnight. Okay, now I wanted to show, I'll do that again. I wanted to show what that looked like. You know, like a cooking show, before and after. So again, now does it matter which side? No, it does not. I don't know. Maybe someone knows that. Is there a right side and a, you know, like an A side and a B side to wax paper? I don't put any mind to it. No. Because I'll tell you why. If I had to pay attention to which side I had to use the wax paper, I probably wouldn't use it. Okay, so you see by cutting this a little less than 8 inches and then by 10 3/4, you see how you do not have to worry about these holes and you don't have to worry about it extending over the edge of your paper. No. Again, I've done this a long time, so, you know, I just know what works and doesn't work. So do not cut your wax paper by 8.5 by 11. You'll be aggravated. So, and I'll have that listed below. So you don't have to sit there and try to remember. Okay? And so I would buy a couple things of wax paper and I would buy a couple things of that Tombow Mono. Yes. But then I love that. I love this glue. Okay? I have 2 favorite liquid glues. One would be the Scotch Tacky and then of course this Mono. Okay? When you're doing embellishments, I seem to use this. Okay? Okay, so that's how you do it. And just spread it out, flatten it out, and there's 2. You see how that all looks wrinkly and everything? That's all normal. It's going to look that way. Okay, now, that's what I just did. You can see it's wet, flexible. Let me see if I can, I thought I had one. I think in the pink I had one, didn't I? I think. Let me see. Well, that's the back side. I guess it really doesn't matter. Okay, so you can see the back side. And you see how that looks like an old lady, and that's okay. That's exactly what it's going to look like. It's not going to be beautiful. And I'm trying to find if I can find some pink stickers. And I'll just stick right on there. I'm sure I have something pink in here. Well, yeah, here I do. Okay, so I have this pink sticker. And so then I just start building them up. Let's see if I can find anything else pink. I have this little pink pebbles. Okay. Now I will tell you, sometimes when you take stickers off these transfer sheets that the manufacturers put them on, sometimes they don't come off very well. They just don't. Okay. Now this has black, but I would see this as pink and this is pink. Okay. Now something like that, you can put in whatever you want. You could put them in black or you could put them in pink. I would use them in pink. Okay. Or you could put one in pink and one in black. Don't sweat it, because here's why. As you go through your sticker binders, color binders, if you see something you're like, well, why did I put it there? You can always move it later. Yes, don't fuss over that. So this is what it looks like. Oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have put that away just yet. This is what it looks like now. It's still flexible, and you can see where the glue lines are. And this is what it looks like when it's finished. Okay, it's wrinkly, but when it's all loaded up, ask me if you even see that. No, I just see pretty stickers. I don't see the background. No. So that is how I did those sticker binders. Okay. I'm trying to think if there was any other questions or anything else I need to cover. Now, what I will do is, since I'm really not working on my color binders now, but I have all this stuff out, you know, I'm all about productivity. So what I will do is that I will go ahead and make up some of these, and I will put them in different, I'll put them right in the back here. And that way, if I'm ever needing one, I already have it done. I'm a big proponent of that. Work ahead, okay? So then what we'll cover next is we'll cover chipboard. And I'm going to do that in a separate video because, you know, it's just a little bit different. But I don't want to make this video too long. So we'll cover chipboard. I mean, look at all that chipboard. Come to mama. Yes. Okay. So we'll talk about chipboard. But I think that's all I needed to talk about as far as the sticker binders. It's a very, very simple process. I mean, honestly, cardstock, wax paper, liquid glue. It does not get any simpler than that. It's just time consuming. But with that, let me just say, it's a fun process. I love doing stuff like this, especially on the days I want to play with color and things like that, but I'm just not in the mood to scrapbook. And some of you know what I'm talking about. Or if I'm watching a movie or I'm watching a ball game with my husband, I would sit on the floor, and every time I would get these out, he'd say, "What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?" Every time I would get these out and work on them, and I would say to him, I'm making a color binder. Okay. And then I would sit down, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm taking these pink stickers and I'm putting them in." And I still, to this day, I don't think he understands, because he would see me pull them out all the time, especially with the chipboard. "What are you doing?" So I would laugh and laugh, and I said, "I'm making a color binder." Okay. Now, he loves my scrapbook pages. He is the reason why I started scrapbooking. He bought my first kit. So he just rolls with the punches. He's like, "Okay, you know, whatever you need, just tell me," you know. And so then what I did is, on my binders, I did take just a scrap piece of paper, and of course this is my pink one, and I put them on a few pieces of, you know, to not make a chipboard weight, but it's more than just a piece of paper. It's a couple layers of paper. And I just simply adhered that on my binder, and I will put a photo at the end of this video so you can see what my sticker binders look like on my shelf. There's 12 of them. Okay, so that is all I have for the sticker organization. I don't think there's anything else to cover, because it is pretty elementary, you know, as far as setting it up. It's just time consuming to do it. And so what I would say is, if you're unsure, don't do it yet. If you're unsure, think about it a little bit more. And then once you think, I think I might want to do that, decide, do you want to do it by collection or do you want to do it by color? There's no wrong way. And you can see in mine, I have both, okay? And so maybe what you want to do is just take a collection maybe you're not liking so much and separate it by color and see how it works. Or you can do a collection you still want to keep together. You see, I already have this already in my multi. I have another one of these. So I do, you know, I buy in multiples, I have multiples, I use things in multiple ways. That's just the way it is. So this one, you know, I will separate by color, or I will just simply keep this in my summer category. There is just no wrong way. Okay, so I think that's all I have for organizing stickers in a sticker binder system. Again, will that be something that works for everybody? No, you have to give it a little bit of thought. You have to, and I talked about this in week 10 of our summer space shape up when it comes to stickers and die cuts and chipboard. If you want to start using them, you have to ask yourself, why are you not using them? And sometimes it's because of how you have them stored and where you have them stored, okay? And I say this with a lot of things. You know, I'm a long-time scrapbooker. If you want to start using things, you're going to have them near your desk. Not meaning on your desk, near your desk, okay? There's no sense, like my room's not huge, so I can just walk a few feet and get my sticker binders. But if I had to walk to the other side of the home or the other side of a room to get my sticker binders, I wouldn't do it, okay? So that's what I'm saying. You have to have things accessible, and then how you use it, okay? Color, manufacturer, collection, that's your choice, okay? That's all I have for my sticker binders, color binders, however you want to call it, and come back, because next up will be chipboard. Okay, come back to RTS because you never know what we're going to learn. Bye.